Good afternoon and welcome to Essential Ingredients. I'm Justine Reichman, your host. Today with me is Hadar Sutovsky. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Sutovsky.
Sutovsky.
Just about it.
Okay, I try. And she is the External VP of Innovations for ICL. Welcome, Hadar.
Hey, Justine. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm so pleased to meet you and to get to know you a little bit before this Future Food Conference, this is a special edition for the Future Food Tech Conference. It's an opportunity for us to get to speak to some of the guests, and you are one of those premier guests that they're having speak at the conference, and so I'm so pleased. So Hadar, so tell me a little bit about what is ICL?
Okay. So first of all, Essential Ingredients, great name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I love it, and you will find out why I love it so much, because once we continue discussing, you will understand. So ICL actually is one of the leading mineral companies in the world. And from mining minerals, we are actually dealing with a few sectors. One of them is agriculture, the other is food, and the third one would be industrial products. So we focused on food. Traditionally, we mined phosphate salts, and this what gives us the accessibility to all the food industry in the world. And then the other, let's say, potash and phosphates are actually one of the basics traditional fertilizers that exists. So we are a leading company in fertilizers in the world.
Wow. Okay, that is quite a speciality too.
Yeah.
It's quite a speciality.
Yeah, it's not like when I say agriculture, you can span all across the agriculture world. It's not the full umbrella. So it's kind of specific to the crop nutrition part of the inputs. And then in food, we are also kind of specific in what we are looking for as innovation. And we are looking for more of functional proteins, functional alternative proteins that could replace ingredients. And there is a dog barking.
You heard that? They're only 9 pounds. So
so small, but then
they're small but mighty.
So okay, but so that's it basically. I joined ICL only a year and 6 months ago. So since then, I was recruited in order to lead the external innovation activity. Back then, it was only open innovation. So the organization tried to grow its innovation funnel by interacting mainly with academy, supporting by funding a joint project with academia. You should take the dog for a walk or feed him.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I promise you, Hadar, it's not that. It's when people come into the house, I have to use my earbuds so that doesn't happen. But anytime somebody new comes in, I'm sure the folks listening or watching can appreciate this. Our dogs are protecting us. At 9 pounds, they're going to protect me.
That's amazing. I mean, it's amazing, right? What's the dog's name?
We have 2, Minnie and Misty. One is a Chihuahua, one is a Chiweenie. And whether it's the FedEx guy, the garbage man, the garbage truck, whoever it is, if there's somebody that they do not recognize, they bark like my life depends on it.
I got it. Okay.
So hopefully I'll mute myself the next time so it's not a distraction.
It's going to be part of the scene.
It's part of, this is how we do things now, remote. You know, we get all the good and the bad that comes along with it. And part of that is construction and dogs.
That's it. I mean, it is what it is.
It is, right? Exactly. Yeah. So you came on to do external innovation. So before you came on, they were working on internal innovation, right? Solely?
Yeah.
And what does that mean? What does that mean when we say internal innovation?
It means, well, the internal ecosystem of ICL was blooming with innovation when I arrived. Actually, it was mind-blowing because they established, when I arrived a year and a half ago, they already established an internal accelerator for the employees, meaning that the employees are pitching ideas to management and getting ideas funded, and project like just launched with the employees' ideas. So this is amazing.
And were they looking for a special kind of innovation, like when they put out when they put this out to the employees?
Yeah.
Were they looking for something in particular?
So first of all, it was to encourage culture of innovation in the organization. Imagine that a mining company is something very traditional that exists for almost a century now. So in order to create some kind of emotion, some kind of a movement, they established this. Here, that's my cat now.
We just thought it'd be fun to bring all the animals to the party today. Bring your pet to work day.
And it was, of course, needs that are internal for the organization, and just ideas that bump into people's heads, how to make things better, more innovative, more efficient, more sustainable. So that was part of the movement that started transforming the organization. Another activity of innovation is also operational excellence. So there's a unit that is actually in charge of implementing drones and 3D printers and robots in order to create efficiency in operations.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then they went and they were recruiting for external innovation, and they found you. And what was the goal when they hired you? What were they looking to achieve in terms of external innovation?
Exactly. So the time was right. I mean, internally, everything was blooming and moving on, and people were saying innovation is part of the day-to-day culture. Looking outside the organization, things that are not produced here, not invented here, looking for outside the R&D funnel, and also the need to engage and interact with the global ecosystem. That was the need at the time. So they were looking for someone to be that agent of change, to create engagement of this global corporate in the global innovation ecosystem, particularly in the agri and food ecosystems, because they put as an engine of growth the agri-food ecosystem.
And what was their main motivation within the food system? What were they hoping to achieve? Or what are they hoping to achieve?
Yeah, so here, since the company itself has a big fertilizers and crop nutrition business and a lot of market access, actually it's one of the leading fertilizers company in the world. And in the food business, they just 5 years ago established a alternative protein business. And last year, they built an alternative protein plant for manufacturing high-end alternative protein for the food industry. So looking outside, we are looking for new technologies to bridge the gaps of technologies of things that we don't produce and we don't have. We need to infuse this organization.
What is your role in doing this?
So first of all, when I arrived, what I did is mapping what's going on internally. So what I told you about the internal accelerator, the culture of innovation and the operational excellence. And then I saw that mergers and acquisition was part of the activity. What they didn't do is investment in early stage startups. So first of all, what I did is start implementing and establishing what we call today the ICL Planet Startup Hub. Mm-hmm. The ICL Planet Startup Hub is actually the arm that is doing investment in early stage startups. We are looking at startups in the agriculture and food business, especially in crop nutrition. And what I mean by crop nutrition, so the areas of interest could be biostimulants and organic innovative fertilizers, the next generation of fertilizers, nitrogen fixation technologies, CO2 CO2 capturing technologies, all these kind of technologies. And in food, as I said, we are looking for startups that are active in functional plant proteins, functional ingredients, all kinds of white biotechnology that could be any kind of process that could contribute to that. On top of that, that's the areas of interest of ICL Planet. I am implementing an impact strategy on top of that. So it's a layer of choosing the right startups to our portfolio that have the intentionality to do measurable positive impact.
Essential Ingredients is powered by NextGen Chef. NextGen Chef is a movement that supports food and beverage entrepreneurs around the world by fostering a sense of community and providing its members access to mentors and a wealth of resources and guidance. NextGen Chef feeds members with the knowledge they need to build better for you food and beverage businesses so the world can have greater access to healthier food, comprehensive food education, and increased affordability. If you like what you hear on this podcast, continue the conversation or ask new questions on the NextGen Chef app, available in the Apple Store and Google Play. Follow NextGen Chef on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook at NextGen Chef. Join NextGen Chef and let's change the future of the food industry together.
And I want to be mindful that this is supposed to be a sneak peek into what people are going to see in the coming Future Food Tech Conference. So that is just a bird's eye view of what people will get to learn about what you're doing, the innovation happening at ICL, how they could participate. And what do you see going forward? And when you look at ICL and what you're building for the external innovation hub in the next few years?
Well, my hope is that first of all, we will have a large portfolio of companies that we are already interacting with, because the ICL Planet is existing only a year. So far, we have invested in 2 companies. And what I see in the upcoming years is having a broad portfolio of very impactful food startups and agriculture startups. What I want to see is now the value proposition is not only money. So it's not only investing here. There is an added value. It's also, it comes with the process. So we are doing a process together with the startups, like a pilot or a go-to-market process. So it's a strategic kind of investment. What I hope to see is that we have created very firm, sustainable relationship with startups. I think that's the main barrier in the interaction between a large corporate and a small startup that is moving so fast and a corporate that is moving so slow. And what I'm trying to achieve here is that kind of relationship that is really sustainable, that you can see the fruit of the collaboration, that you can see products in the market, that you can see that we have contributed to these startups to become a big sustainable company.
Wow. So for these startups that you're investing in, what are you looking for from them?
Well, I mean, everybody would say that, and you would probably think that I'm looking for the best technology and the best protected IP, but no, I'm looking at the best team.
It's the people. I would totally agree with you.
It's all in the people, really. I mean, technologies come and go, but only based on the people and the team and the skills of the team and the interpersonal relationships that you can create with this team, the chemistry that you have with the team, their ability to manage their business, to scale their business, but it's all a matter of people. So first, I'm looking at the team and the skills of the team and the energy of the team. Can this team bring us to the next stage? Can they keep this business plan intact? We need success. Yes, exactly. Are they focused enough? Are they flexible enough? They need to be both focused and flexible.
You need to be able to pivot as things change. You need to be able to see what's new and what's next and understand and be ahead, but also
and know when they should pivot,
Yeah. Hadar, thank you so much for joining me here today on Essential Ingredients. I can't wait to hear what you get out of the conference. And before we go, I'd love to hear, what are you most excited to see at the Future Food Tech Conference?
First of all, I think I would like to see the people that I haven't met for so long. I mean, the people that maybe didn't arrive to San Francisco last March, and maybe new people that are now starting to get out of the houses and come more to face-to-face, how do we say today, 3D meetings.
Yeah.
So really, I want to meet more new people that come to network and get to know their new initiatives.
Wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting you in person someday and continuing to follow how your things evolve at the ICL New Planet initiatives. It sounds like we have some, synergistic work in terms that we're both trying to build food systems and create greater access to healthy food. And I can see why you said Essential Ingredients was the theme. So Hadar, thank you again for joining me.
Great. So I see you in New York?
I won't see you this time in New York, but hopefully in the future.
Okay, great. Thank you for talking with me.
My pleasure. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
To find out more about this episode of Essential Ingredients and access show notes, check out Next Gen Chef and choose podcast in the menu bar. If you like this episode, head to iTunes or Next Gen Chef's YouTube channel to subscribe. Learn more about Next Gen Chef, the platform that powers this podcast, by checking out our website or visit us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Next Gen Chef. You can also check out my Instagram at Justine_Reichman. If you have thoughts about this episode or future episode ideas, leave us a comment at Next Gen Chef's YouTube channel or drop an email at team@nextgenchef.com. Thanks for joining us.